Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Evolve. I'm your host with the most, as always, Francois878. We are doing an arena match in Aviary. I'm playing as Hyde. I haven't played as Hyde very much, so the plays aren't quite as good as maybe what they should be, so bear with me. But the topic for this particular episode is going to be the reveal of the Tier 5 Hunters and Monsters, and more specifically, the reveal of the Assault during the Proving Grounds Grand Championship Tournament that happened on June 17th, 2015. It was a good tournament. They were Xbox One players, so you know, take that with a grain of salt, skill level wise. But you know, it was interesting to watch, and it was definitely, you know, the guys definitely had their strats down cold, and you know, teamwork was 100% essential. It was pretty cool to watch. I'm personally, I'm not big into the whole esports scene, so to sit there and kind of, I watched the whole like 4-hour tournament, and it was pretty cool, I have to admit. But about halfway in, maybe 2 hours into the tournament, there was a big reveal. There was like, and they teased it the whole night. It was bullshit. And but they once they eventually got to it, it's basically just the Evolve logo comes up, and you see each of the 4 new hunters, you know, each one of the new classes, and then the monster comes out. And I'm really excited about the monster. When I heard about Behemoth, I wasn't as excited. I thought Behemoth was just a chunkier, you know, roly-poly version of, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, Behemoth, that's correct. A roly-poly version of Goliath, you know, and he really isn't. You know, Behemoth is a lot different than Goliath, and you know, he plays differently, and you have to kind of different strategies for him. However, you know, he just wasn't as impressive. He wasn't anything new. You know, he was intimidating and cool looking, but the Tier 5 monster it's distinctly arachnid, and it makes the most horrifying fucking noise I've ever heard in my life. It's horrifying. And it's really interesting to kind of, you know, theorize what it's, you know, going to look like, and we have a silhouette basically, but and also what like its abilities are going to be. Now there's some footage of some pre-alpha stuff that they were working on that had a similar looking monster. It's not exactly the same, but back in the pre-alpha days, basically what that monster did was it basically just created little baby monsters, and it just overwhelmed the hunters with these little babies running around like a spider would. And I think that is such a cool and interesting mechanic, and if they can balance it properly, I think that would be something that's really, really cool and really, really interesting, and I think it has a lot of potential to, you know, change the game. Maybe not bring people back to the game, but for the diehard fans, it'll be fun. Now, we didn't actually see, like I said, we didn't actually see anything on the monster or the medic, support, or trapper class, but we did get the reveal on the Assault, whose name is Lennox. She's a grandma in a mech suit, which is really impressive. She built the mech suit by herself, and she's on Sheer. She built it on Sheer, and she's now, you know, trying to get back at the monsters and take back, I guess, her home planet. And it's very interesting. I'm a big fan of Grandma Mech Suit coming and whooping ass and taking names. I think it's a really interesting. She's a really interesting concept, and I'm all for it. I'm all for Granny Granny Thunderchild, as the mech suit is called. I think that her primary ability is actually like an energy lance, like an energy spike comes out of her hand, and she punches the monster with it, basically. And for every time you get a solid hit on the monster, it stacks up to 4 times, so you do more damage for every hit. But if you know, let the timer lapse or get hit, the count resets. So she's interesting, and her secondary is just like a machine gun, like an anti-aircraft machine gun, something boring. And then her third ability is, I believe, a pounce. Similar to Goliath's pounce, actually. Just a hunter version of it, basically. And I think that's really cool. Another interesting thing about Lennox that we've seen, or that we've heard, is that she actually will not be thrown around by monster attacks. Like, normally when you get hit with Goliath's Rock Smash, it will send you, it'll take you'll take damage and you'll be thrown backwards. Apparently Lennox will be able to, you know, stand her ground and not have to worry about the knockback. She'll still take the damage, but not have to worry about the knockback, which can be really interesting for an assault, because that means she can just keep on it, and that means her, her damage dealing won't be as affected, which is interesting, and I think that's a cool potential, aspect of it. And something that is unique to that class, and I think it's something that I'm sure some people will say is OP, but I honestly don't really see how it could be OP. Maybe I guess not being able to knock a Assault Hunter away from you is kind of OP, but at the same time we're gonna just have to see. We know very little about her right now, so I'm pretty confident that Lennox will also be a really fun character, a really interesting character to use. A very dangerous character too, because she has to. Her energy lands. She needs to get in so close. That's a good counter to the not having a knockback effect, is she has to get so close. But thank you very much, guys, for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and we will see you next time.